Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing this Brazilian agate from cutting video new batch number 3. It's one of the smaller ones, one I can make a cab out of. Pretty good looking little nodule. I don't have a dang towel. I took them off. I had to wash them. There we go. Let me get my flashlight out so you can see what it looks like from behind. Or with the light coming through it, I should say. This is the bigger side. I think it's going to be the face. It's seems to have more lines in that white agate in the center. Looks like a little small crystal pocket in the very center of it on the outside. But I don't think it's actually a crystal pocket, just a clear pocket of clear chalcedony. But I'm just going to make a pendant. And then tomorrow, or the next day, I'll do this one here. It's not all that interesting as far as the fortification lines in it, but it does have, I guess I showed you that dry, didn't I, on one side? I just wet it down a minute ago and I set it down on this cloth, or this towel. Okay, there it is again. That's the bigger side. And then here's the smaller side. So in other words, this was the outside of the stone. This was inboard from the end piece. And I've got the end piece somewhere, but I think I already polished it. I might have. Yeah, I think I did. I've polished all the end pieces. I'm down to doing what cabs I can make cabs out of, and then the rest of them are going to be samples because I can't really do a whole lot more with them. Let me get me a towel and then I'm going to get started on this. Okay, here we go. Well, that's for me spraying stuff. I was wondering how that got wet. Duh. Okay, we have water flowing. Well, these soak up a lot more water than the other ones, the white ones did. I kind of like that though. Kind of helps keep it from getting dry when you turn your water down too low. At least immediate dry. Still takes a little bit to get them wet again. I think I'm going to start on this inside because I'm going to have to bring it down a little bit because I've got some low spots in there. I'm going to have to cut out. Back of this, I can just go halfway. That way I can shape it, round it on the edges, and still have a center. Won't have to take as much off of it that way, but I'm going to do this lower section first. Ooh. Oh, there is. It's like a healed fracture underneath there that I didn't see. See it running up that edge. It's definitely been healed because I don't see any gap. And I don't see it coming out onto the face any, so it's probably just in the skin of the rind. I want to get that dark color off of there though anyway. And I have to in order to get it down to the middle. I'm only part way. I'm not quite to the middle. I need to go a little bit past. Well, I didn't see that fracture there either. Comes across this way, but it's not very deep. You can see it in there. I can't see it right now. It's just a lighter colored chip. It might come off by the time I get it halfway down. I'm going to lose some of those little outer bands, but there's only a couple of them in there, and they're not all that noticeable. If I just take it down to where I just get it off, I'll leave them in there, but you know how my luck goes, I may not be able to do that. Ah, that chip comes down into clear into there. But I can get rid of that. But I can't get rid of that because it's in the center, and that one and that one. So I gotta get those off. At least down where I can get to the center of them. That one don't go much deeper than the other one, so I guess this one's the deepest, I believe. That one might have some holes back up underneath it, back in here. Looks like I can see some rust right in there. I thought that was going to open up a little bit. I think I'll still be all right though. That chip that come down the side opened up into a deeper pocket. Kind of looked like it went up underneath because you could see the rust inside of there a little bit. but I can get that off with a round in it. Okay, I'm back. Here's my shape. That's the back side. I've got a few little spots on this edge. Actually, I think I got that one almost out. There's a little rust spot right there. Right there. Another one right there, and it's a pit, and I can't get it out. I don't want to cut it down too much more. I'll lose some of this water level bands on this inner pocket on this floater agate. And then there's the front. That's where I was going to lose the stuff at. I can't believe that's shining like it is. I guess it's the oil off my fingers, probably. Now let me wet it down, show it to you when it's wet, so you'll see so you can tell what it's going to look like when it gets finished. There's the back side. There's the front side. Now let's see it on this other camera. There's the front side. This one's a lot better camera to show it to you anyway. There's the back, or let me just do this. Unless it's dripping, it's going to dry out fairly quick. I had to turn the heater on a little while today, and it's still kind of warm in here. The heater ain't kicked in since after I kicked it on. There's the front side. And then here it is dried off on this other camera. Only got a few little small pits. On the front and back face, I can't get out on the 280 grit. There's the front. And that's the water level bands I was talking about not wanting to lose if I ground off this. Well, that was that was weird. I was having a hard time controlling my finger because it was shaking so much. I got this finger up against my hand, and it kind of felt weird, so it was kind of making it a little different. And there's the back side. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start this on the 280 grit now. And we'll go from there. I've got some ledges I got to take off. I should have took those off on the last wheel, but this one should take them off easy enough. They're not all that big of ledges. I already sprayed that, but I'm going to spray it again because it's had time to drip out while I was running my mouth. Okay, edges. I did have a few little white spots on the back, on the edges a little bit there, but I've got a couple of fractures still that I'm going to have to take off. Well, that won't come off because they're going to be on the back. Well, one on the back and one up here up by this. No, it's back here on this side. Little fracture right there, but it's healed. Okay, I'm back. Ready for the second, or ready for the 280 grit, or 600 grit. I guess I need to shut the water off on that. I'm going to turn this up. I'm going to show this on the other uh, 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 camera first. There's the front face. Now let's look at it with the light behind it. Look at that bottom down here. And all kinds of eyes in it. And who said freckles don't rub off? Look at all the freckles on the back side of that. I still got those two pits. One of them's just barely there. The other one, where's that? Oh, wrong side. Ha! There they are. One there. Right there underneath my finger. There's another one right down in there. It's on the edge, wrapped around the edge a little bit. But I'm not going to worry about those. Well, there's the front. There's the back. It's not too bad of a shine already. Let's see if I can get that bottom to show up a little better. Here, I know a way to do it. Get that out of the way. It ain't gonna do the little bit. I'll figure out a way to get you better pictures of that bottom. Let's try it this way. That's one thing I didn't do yet. Oh, okay. Let's do this. This. I had this zoomed in on my 600 grit. Zoomed in all the way. Yep. Let's do that. Oops. Wrong side. Nice looking rock. Backside don't look too bad either. There's all the freckles. Then there's an eye right there. Okay, that's not gonna work. Let me find it again. Put my finger underneath it so I can see it this time. Right there. Let me go back here to the other camera. And show it to you on this one. There's the face. There's the back. Now I'll put the light behind it on this one. I don't know if it's going to help, but let's try this. Lots of lines on that side. Fortification lines and water lines. And that's the back side. But anyway, I'm ready to start this on the 600. And get this taken care of. That eye had like a little bitty rust pit in the center, but it's got a little bit of a shine on top of it, so it must be fairly solid. There's that internal chip fracture again, right there, that little fingernail paring looking thing. I wasn't able to get rid of it. And right underneath my finger there's a little straight line running down this way, but it's underneath too. They're both, neither one of them are to the surface. And there's my little it'll help you see any all the soft spots in those water lines. There's soft spots all the way around, all the way down, all the way out to the end. And then here's that I don't know if I can get any of the crystals to shine back at you. This is a crystal pocket in that line, in that wide water line. But it's also this white line up here, down in through here. It's kind of like, it looks like a fracture, because the crystals come out of it a little bit. So it just looks like a fracture line. Actually, it's the little white line above it. There's a heavier white line, and there's a little white line, but it kind of starts and stops right there. The little white line above that heavy white line, or above that solid white line. I don't know if you can see it or not. I don't know. There you can see the line probably coming off of it. Okay, enough of that. I'm gonna get back to work. You guys are bothering me. Interrupted my work. No. Whoa, there's that dust again. I bet I think I know what that's from. I think it's, I don't think it's water. I think it's crystals. And I know there's crystals, the bottom of my rock saw, my wet saw, a water saw, a high-tech diamond 10-inch slab saw. It's, whenever you empty the water out of it and it dries out, next time you put water in it, or as you're putting water in it, you can see it washing the top off of the dust in the bottom. But when it does, all the dust underneath it, what it does, it picks up the dust and rolls it off And there's still dry dust up underneath it. Oh, I didn't zoom this one back out again. That was going to be a weird one. You guys was going to get tired of my face real quick. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm back. That's the video. We're at the front side. Now we're taking it to aluminum oxide, which let me know that I didn't have it quite polished good enough. And it also let me know, I went on ahead and took it back to the 3000 grit, but it also let me know that this section around here has so much quartz in it, it's cloudy no matter what I do, because I took it to aluminum oxide and it stayed cloudy. But what it was I had scratches running this way, real little ones from my 1200 grit that I hadn't gotten off yet. And but I finally got them. I had to dig some of that aluminum oxide out of my two pits. Because this one here, the deepest one, well, that's the only deep one. The other one's still full. Matter of fact, it's shiny in the center. Not around the outside edge, but right in the center. But it's still got a little bit of rust in it, this little one here. It's a good looking stone, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it to flash back at you from that thicker line there. There's only like 4 or 5 crystals in there that flash back at you, but you can see that they're not, it's not solid all down through there. Well, that whole area is soft spots. From there up down to about there. And this other side has soft spots in these water lines and in these water lines also. I don't see any on the end. Evidently rounding that end took the soft spots out of the end. On this part here, where these water lines come through there, there's no soft spots there. I like this stone. I'll let you look at it on this camera a little better. That's the front side. No, that's the back side. And there's the front side. I don't know how good you can see that, but I'll show it on this other camera. Same way. I didn't zoom that in after turning it back on. Yeah, that makes it easier to see the back side, or bottom side. See what I mean about the eye in the middle of that soft spot? The light coming through that quartz pocket's pretty bright. Let's flip this over right where you can see it Well, that's the back side. Yeah. That's the back side with the soft spots all down in this part of the quartz. And there's the freckles. But anyway, that's a, sorry. Oh, I never did zoom this one back out, so I don't know why I'm saying sorry. You guys can't see it unless I show it to you when I edit. And I don't think I would do that. Not on purpose anyway. And I'm sure I'd catch it and switch out of that. But anyway, that's the video. I like this this part here is kind of an overlap onto, it kind of runs around and it overlapped the water lines right here. And some of that rest come down and made it red right in there. I didn't zoom that, didn't I? What a dummy. I don't know why I did that. Because I could always. It's not going to show the red with that. The red's right in there along that other line. A little bit of spot. There's a spot right there. And then it runs down this line. There's a spot on either side of that. And there's red runs all the way through from one side to the other. But you can tell it overlapped. It came over top of the other stuff, the water lines. But anyway, thanks for watching. Oh, that red does go down this line here a little ways too. Comes out this way. Or comes out this way from the brown spot. Might be hard to see. But anyway, thanks for watching. This one will be out Wednesday next week. And then I got this one ready for Friday. I got to do for Friday. I'll do it tomorrow. And then I can mow the yard tomorrow afternoon, maybe. It's about time. It's not that tall, but the small, there's leaves or tall spots coming up that are just going to seed, but there's not much of it. The rest of the grass is fairly short, but I don't know why I'm telling you that. Has nothing to do with rocks, does it? Squirrel. But anyway, you guys take care, and I'll see you on the next one.